Pulse of new era. Imagine a world where the US dollar no longer reigns supreme, where emerging giants from the global south dictate the rules of trade, and the Western dominance fade into complex multipolarity. This isn't a dystopian fiction, it is a reality of 2026. As the BRICS summit kick off in Mumbai under India's presidency, the theme Building for Resilience, Innovation, Cooperation and Sustainability signal more than just diplomacy. It marked the precise moment the Great Convergence became undeniable to the world. For the decade, global financial system had a single heartbeat in Washington DC. Today, the pulse is irregular. What began in 2001 as a clever acronym by Goldman Sachs economist Jim O'Neill, BRIC has evolved from speculative investment category into geopolitical juggernaut. Following the first ministerial meeting in 2006 and South Africa's entry in 2011, the bloc has transformed. It is no longer just an alternative for much of the world. It is a primary table of power. The shift is not merely economic, it is a psychological reclamation of sovereignty, of expansion. The map of global influence was redrawn between 2024 and 2025, following the landmark 2023 Johannesburg Declaration. The bloc ballooned into BRICS Plus, an 11-member powerhouse including Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and UAE. The influence doesn't stop at the membership. By 2026, a second tier of partner countries has emerged. Nations like Indonesia, Nigeria, Thailand, and Vietnam now orbit the BRIC core. The expansion wasn't accidental. Over 30 nations are currently vying for some level of affiliation, seeking a refuge from Western-led institutions like the IMF and World Bank, which many in Global South feel have underrepresented their rising clout. Since the 2008 financial crisis, this is a Big Tent strategy, spanning Asia, Africa, Latin America. BRICS now represent 45% of the world population and control the lion's share of the planet's natural resources. To understand if a new order is truly here, we must look at the core. Hard math. In nominal terms, the G7 still maintain a lead with the combined GDP approximately $54.5 trillion compared to BRICS total of $34.8 trillion. However, nominal dollars are a Western yardstick that fail to capture a real-world productivity. When we shift the lens to purchasing power parity, the script flips entirely. In 2026, BRIC nations drive over 40% of global GDP growth, while the G7 limps along at a 1.1% growth rate. The BRICS average is hitting 3.7%. China remains the engine at $20.7 trillion, while India has surged to $4.5 trillion. More importantly, the bloc has become the world's commodity powerhouse. By integrating the Middle Eastern energy giant, BRICS now command 40% of global oil production and a massive percentage of the metal and food supply essential for the global green transition. If the 20th century was defined by the petrodollar, the 2020 are being defined the Petro-BRIC alliance. New order require new architecture. Enter the New Development Bank, launched in 2014 with the $100 billion in authorized capital. The NDB was designed to fund infrastructure that Western banks often overlook. By 2026, NDB has moved from the periphery to the center. It has approved nearly 100 projects worth over $33 billion. focusing on clean energy, massive road network, totaling 40,000 km and significant carbon emission cut. Unlike the World Bank, the NDB does not attach heavy political conditionality to its loan. Recently, the bank proved its agility by providing $1.1 billion for Brazil flood recovery and ramping up local currency lending. The shift is crucial. By lending in reals, rupees and yuan, the NDB shield emerging economy from the dollar trap. The volatile exchange rate shock that have historically crippled developing nations. When the US Federal Reserve raises interest rate, it is an insurance policy for global south. The de-dollarization is no longer a fringe theory. In 2026, it is a coordinated policy driven by the weaponization of the SWIFT system and aggressive trade tariff of the mid-2020s BRIC nation have accelerated their exit the greenback. Global US dollar reserve have dipped to 56% historic low. The boldest dip for the independence is the BRICS bridge. The digital payment network linked the central bank digital currency of the member state, allowing merchant in Mumbai to settle trade with a buyer in Riyadh, instantly bypassing New York Bank entirely. Furthermore, 2026 sees the serious prototyping of the unit, a proposed trade settlement currency based on basket consisting of 60% BRIC national currencies and 40% gold. The unit aimed to provide a stable alternative for intra-bloc trade by 2027. It isn't a mean to replace the dollar in your pocket for everyday purchases, but to replace the dollar in the shipping container on the high seas. Internal friction and China-India dynamics. However, the road to new order is paved with the internal contradictions. BRICS is not a monolith. It is a marriage of convenience between the rival. The primary tension lies between its two largest members, China and India. China's economy is 5 times the size of India. Leading to fear Beijing-centric tributary system. While the Russia and China often push for anti-Western stance to encounter sanctions, India, Brazil and South Africa prefer a non-Western approach. Prime Minister Modi's multi-alignment strategy positioned India as a bridge builder, maintaining strong ties with the Quad and EU. While leading the global south, this lack of permanent secretariat and the presence of border dispute between the member states remain the Achilles heel of the bloc. Can a group that disagree on geography agrees on global reserve system? The world is watching to see. Diplomacy can outpace rivalry. Conclusion: the reformers' burden. So is the new world economic order here? The answer, nuance, yes. We are not witnessing the total collapse of the West, but we are witnessing the end of its monopoly. The BRIC 2026 summit marks the moment the global south stopped asking for seat at the table and started building its own. From the NDB's green board to the digital unit currency, the infrastructure of an alternative economy is being laid brick by brick. The era of unipolarity is dead. In its place is a fragmented, competitive and dynamic multipolar world. As the sun sets over the UN in New York and rises over NDB in Shanghai, one thing is certain: the growth engine of the planet has moved. The old order is cracking and BRICS is currently the only group with the tools, the math and the momentum to rebuild it. The future is no longer Western monologue. It is a global conversation.